So I heard you went to few places. Some of the places you went was Istanbul. You went to manufacturers face to face. So can you
elaborate on that? So I made an appointment with 5 different manufacturers, right? First 3 I've seen before. Like I've been to Istanbul. This is not my first time going to Istanbul. I went before COVID, right? The first 3 was people that I've actually met before, and then the last 2 it was a different appointment that a friend referred me to. The first 3 I went into the shop. I wasn't be able to in the first week or the first couple of days. I wasn't able to actually meet with the owner of the manufacturers or the managers of the manufacturers. So I just spoke to one of the employees, and they gave me some samples that I can actually put on. But most of them, they probably don't even remember you if you've been there multiple times. But I was still able to make connections and talk to them and tell them exactly what I want. So that is basically the reason, like, hey, this is what I'm looking for, and are you guys able to create it? Most manufacturers will ask you to bring the fabric that you want. It will make it easier for them to create the exact same fabric. So that is one thing that I did find out. If you do have a fabric that you like, it does not matter what company that you have been to, and you like the fabric, you can take the exact same fabric to the manufacturer that you want and tell them to duplicate it. And that's how you know you have a really good manufacturer. Another test during this process as well was the last 2 was a little bit tricky because of the stitching. So during the same process, the stitching that I originally wanted, that is also another benefit from traveling, because it allows you to literally talk to these people, right? And at the same time, it allows these people to give you an advice, because they've had so much experience when it comes to different people coming to them on a day-to-day basis, right? For clothing brand. The last 2 manufacturers, they're able to help me hand to hand. They had a designer on hand, and they had somebody that can do the stitching on hand. And during this process, they were able to give me advice when it comes to my stitching. They're able to give me advice when it comes to my design, and if I need to make adjustment and what they think is best. Of course, you're the one that's going to make adjustment when it comes to your product and what you actually want. But the benefit to all of this, if you're starting off, you don't have a designer, right? You might just have a good look because of what you've seen on social media, but the benefit is that you get to work with this manufacturer that have an in-house designer, and these designers have been with their company for over 5 years or sometimes even 10 years. That is the benefit of literally traveling, guys, and I would never change that for nothing. So that is my experience in Istanbul. Now Thailand was a little bit of a big difference, because Thailand, I made an appointment. I felt the material that they wanted, that I know I wanted to create. The problem with Thailand was it was a bit too pricey for my end. Like, they told me about the quantity that they need, the MOQ that they actually needed. It was a little bit too high for my style, and I told them that I cannot afford to get that MOQ, and so that was a little bit of a bummer. But overall experience of just traveling from the United States all the way to these countries, one of the best experiences I could ever get when it comes to me starting my own brand, because I feel like it's emailing manufacturers and asking them for sampling every single time, only because of these reasons. Number one is the time it takes. I traveled for 1 month, but if I was able to order a sampler and I didn't like it, it would take me probably at least 3 months for me to get the right material that I want. So I literally beat the time. Number 2, I'm able to make great connection, meaning that I'm able to see these people face to face, and during this process, I'm able to have not just a friendly communication with them. They basically saw me smile, laugh. I know my guys might not think that's a big deal, but it is a big deal. In person is better than just over the phone or over email address, or just messaging them on Alibaba. Completely different. And that is the biggest experience, and that is something I think everybody who wants to start a clothing brand should do. At least try to travel to these countries that is full of manufacturers and be able to talk to them, because they will see your personality and you can tell if you can work with them or not, or if they're able to work with you.